So after the scenic chapter, I moved to Georgia. And yes, I'm in the Atlanta area. I'm actually in a town called Decula, which I call Dracula because it's spelled like Dracula without the R. And I'm up here with people have horses and goats and things like that. I'm still residential, but it's a little bit more country than the city.
I think it's amazing. I love it out there. For all of you viewers, I lived in Atlanta, outside Atlanta too as well. And I just think going down the road and seeing a cow like right there, you're like, moo, wow, okay.
Well, for me, it's horses because I'm a big horse person, and that horse is my primary totem. So I see a horse and I'm still like a 5-year-old kid. Horse. I could never understand why Santa Claus never brought me a horse for Christmas until I realized that Mom was Santa Claus. And she's like, no, there's nowhere to put we're not taking
in New York.
In New York. Yeah. So, I got horse toys and statues and coloring books and things like that. So, and I did get to ride.
Did you ever have that pink? Did you ever have the pink Barbie horse?
I didn't have that. I had my Barbies.
I was hoping maybe you would have said yes, because I didn't have it.
No, I didn't get the whole, accessory kit that came with. There wasn't much that Barbie didn't have, and all her cousins and girlfriends and boyfriends and whatnot. But anyway, I did have my art. So the horses, even this painting behind me, it's called Wild Horse Woman. You can see the stylized horses.
So vivid, though. Your work is just absolutely amazing. I mean, no one can replicate anything that you do. It's so amazing.
Thank you.
Gorgeous.
Thank you. I appreciate the love and support you have shared with me over the years. I really do. Like I said, it's my passion. And after moving to Georgia, it was something that I was actually rediscovering, because while I was in scenic, I didn't have time to work on my art. I had no energy because it took all of my energy to work in those environments. I mean, I was on construction sites with hard hats, steel-toed boots, and nasty construction men. But aside from that, coming here, I wanted to reconnect with the art, because it was always in my blood, part of my soul. And it was kind of challenging because I came here not knowing anybody, not really having any connections, but I guess it was sheer tenacity in sticking with it to the point where, I'm actually paying my bills. I'm not rich, but I'm not a starving artist either.
There you go.
That's one thing I will always do is eat.
I can never imagine that ever happening. I know it's tough.
Well, that's the cliche, for an artist who's struggling, that they must be starving and whatnot, and I went through a starvation period in my life. It's just one of those chapters. And once I got past that, I was defiant, like Gone with the Wind, with her Scarlet at Tara, and I'll never go hungry again, so my pantry.
She says that in Decula, Georgia.
That's right. That was Atlanta, wasn't it? Tara was in Atlanta. But anyway, as far as this last year and a half, going on 2 years, I have been able to keep it going, one way or another. And I mean, prior to that, I was doing events, I was going to shows and got into a couple of galleries, and that was great. And I had things lined up for last year, and then nothing. And I'm like, oh crap, now how am I gonna keep it going, And the universe was very kind and would throw me a few bones here and there. I'd get commissions and whatnot, to the point where it was enough to keep me going without, the income that I would normally look for from events. And actually it was kind of cool because, you know, I'm getting a little bit older now, and schlepping art back and forth to shows and whatnot is
It's hard work.
it's work. It is work. And I'm typically doing it by myself. You know, my car is still hanging in there. You know, I'd load her up and take her down to the city or wherever and do my shows and then pack it up and bring it back home again, exhausted. And I'm like, oh, geez, that's one of the upsides of C19. I don't have to do that now.
Right.
And granted, things are opening up. And I will find myself out there, but if I can stay in the studio and sell paintings and prints and whatnot and keep it moving, I'm okay with that too. Oh, excuse me, my little kitty's here making an appearance.